Hey guys, what's up? I'm Erin and welcome back to the channel. When we think of some of the most successful investors in the world, one of the most popular names that comes to mind is Warren Buffett. But did you know that Warren Buffett accumulated 99% of his wealth after the age of 50? Warren Buffett is currently 93 years old and worth roughly $137 billion. And while those are very impressive numbers, if you rewind the clock, he didn't make his first billion until he was 56. In fact, this billionaire is quoted as saying, "The biggest thing about making money is time. You don't have to be particularly smart, you just have to be patient." What Warren Buffett understands better than all of us is the power of compounding. The concept of earning interest on interest. And it is this compounding over time that allows our money to grow exponentially, giving us those beautiful upward sloping curves that we in the investing community know and love. And that's the beauty of compounding. The longer you give yourself as a time horizon, the more magical it really is, the more profound impact compounding really has. Over time, it becomes less and less important how much you're actually contributing to your accounts as compounding takes more of a force and becomes the predominant contributing factor to growing this portfolio. And the reason Warren Buffett understands compounding better than anyone else is that he bought his first stock at the age of 11. That means he has 82 years of compounding under his belt. Personally, I bought my first stock at the age of 8. And I'm not saying it's a contest, but if it were, Warren Buffett is totally winning by a landslide. The first stock I ever bought was actually Campbell Soup, and I did so because I loved those chubby cheek little Campbell Soup kids, and I actually even had the entire card collection. Okay, I can't even say had, I still have them to this day, and I love that card collection. Let's first look at those relatively early on in their career. Consider that the median account balance for someone in their mid-30s is nearly $30,000, according to the most recent data from Vanguard. Now, being that this is the median, that means half the account balances are going to be higher than this and half the account balances are going to be lower than this, but it does give us a good place to start. We actually do really have great news when it comes to saving and investing. Saving and investing rates across the board, across all generations, are increasing. And I think that speaks to the greater dispersion of financial education. The average employee personal contribution to their 401k plan is a record-setting 9.4%, and the average employer match, 4.8%. And being that employer match absolutely counts towards your savings rate, that means that people are getting closer and closer to that recommended saving 15 to 20% of your income, and that is incredible news. Then let's also consider that the median household income is nearly $75,000. So let's use these numbers as a starting point. An initial invested sum of $30,000 and a 15% savings rate and a household income of $75,000. Over the course of an entire career, that portfolio could grow to nearly $2.4 million. Take a moment to think about that. That's essentially saying that with a very modest personal savings rate combined with an employer match, you can simply generate a multi-seven-figure portfolio over the course of an entire working career. In the beginning, it can seem incredibly slow growing, but consider in just the last 7 years of this investing time horizon that this portfolio adds over $1 million in value. That's the power of staying invested. That's the power of giving your money a long runway. Those end years are incredibly powerful. Compounding works in an exponential fashion. Patience is key. Warren Buffett's success story teaches us that staying invested in the market is crucial. In the beginning, your returns may seem modest, but patience pays off. What you're doing when you're investing is basically planting the seeds. There's that old saying of you reap what you sow, but that's actually an abbreviated version of the full farmer's principle, which is we reap what we sow, more than we sow, and later than we sow. And I think that applies really well to investing. You plant the seeds of wealth by investing, and with time it grows to more than you can ever imagine. But it truly does take decades to feel the full profound effects of compounding. Let's return to our compounding graph. If we have this typical investor investing 15% of a $75,000 income with a starting portfolio of $30,000, it would take 5 years to turn that into a six-figure portfolio to cross that $100,000 mark. But in the final 5 years of a 35-year investing time horizon, that portfolio grows by nearly $1 million. The seeds you plant today will be more valuable than you can ever imagine. They grow in an exponential fashion. Also worth mentioning, when it comes to investing, it doesn't have to be made complicated in order to take full advantage of these types of returns. Buffett himself advises keeping investments simply within S&P 500 index funds. This strategy doesn't require picking individual stocks and allows you to benefit from the market's overall growth. In your 30s and 40s, you're likely to make a lot of progress in your career and see a great deal of income growth over those decades. As you earn more, you can save and invest more, and this is actually what we see. Looking at Fidelity's data, we see that Gen Z contributes about 7% of their pay to their 401k accounts. Millennials, that figure is about 8.5%. Gen X, about 10%, and baby boomers, nearly 12% of their income. As your income grows, you'll likely find greater flexibility within your budget, and you can dial up your contribution rates to your investments. Also, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, the greatest salary increases tend to come in your 30s, 40s, and early 50s. Couple a higher income with a higher savings rate, and that can really go a long way to increasing your net worth over time. And as you lean into each subsequent decade, not only are you likely being a little bit more aggressive with your savings rate, but it's also at this time that compounding is having more of an aggressive impact on growing your portfolio. This is generally where you start to notice your portfolio growing by more than you're actually contributing to it. Or when you might notice that your portfolio is making more in a given year on returns than you're actually making in your day job on an annual basis. And these are really special moments in an investor's career. And generally speaking, financial stability improves as you get older. You're paying down debt and building up savings and becoming more financially secure. And this stability really allows you to be more consistent and aggressive when it comes to contributions to your retirement accounts. You likely hit other financial milestones beyond brokerage accounts, perhaps key milestones like homeownership and career advancements. And these milestones positively impact wealth accumulation. For example, home ownership comes with building equity within a property, or career advancements might come with higher pay and greater benefits. Freeing yourself up from debt obligations and building a portfolio that is composed of appreciating assets like a home really accelerates your wealth building. For instance, maybe you hit mid-career and you pay off all your student loans that you had once been carrying, or maybe you get to the point where you can have a fully paid off home. And this can really allow you to free up so much of your income. This allows you to be more aggressive with your contributions to savings and investments. And if you think about it, your savings rate is really the determining factor in how long you want to be tied to your day job. And Networthify has a really amazing calculator that you can use to play around with different savings rate and how they will affect when you'll be able to achieve financial freedom. And I will link that down below. Financial literacy tends to increase with age. With age and experience, you learn more about managing money and tend to make smarter financial decisions. And deliberately making an effort to learn about finances throughout the course of your entire working career has a profoundly positive impact on your wealth accumulation. And we're seeing it more and more that younger generations are actually seeking out and being provided with financial education. Also, the availability of financial education has improved exponentially in the recent past. And according to a study from Ramsey Solutions, nearly a third of all Gen Z members have taken financial education courses. The power of compounding, career growth, financial stability, and patience are your best allies when it comes to building wealth after the age of 30. The most significant wealth accumulation portion of life tends to happen later in life, so just stay the course and make informed financial decisions. And remember, Warren Buffett accumulated most of his wealth later in life, so you can too. Let me know your thoughts on wealth accumulation and what goals you have at different ages in the comments down below. I post new videos every single week. If you got anything at all out of this one, please give it a like. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, or if you know of someone who might get something out of this type of content, please consider sharing. I'll see you soon. Bye.